Good afternoon / good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Truth episode 32. Justin Fields calling out the coaching staff, going over a bunch of injuries and what the NFL really should do about that. Or what's going on with that, to be honest. Uh, Recaps and predictions for week 3. We got Jason and Aaron for this show. Aaron is currently walking around in Gatorland, so we
Azalea
expect him
Park.
to be we expect him to be eaten at some point during the stream. Just
Look,
want to I
whatever
just
your
want to
parents,
say I just want to say on the record that RTS with Oscar Montel does not condone the actions of the alligators when they eat Aaron.
well, you know what? Aaron Faxon does not condone the actions of your mothers when they're eating me.
Whoa!
Okay. Moving on.
I don't condone the actions of your ass moving while I bite it, Aaron.
Just a quick recap on what's coming up on the channel. I have not. Are we doing a Steelers live stream tomorrow? The Steelers Raiders live stream tomorrow or nah?
Aaron said he could join you.
You said that you could too, but I'm not sure. I'm confused with what you say.
No, I most likely won't.
Okay, so we're gonna. I guess we're gonna. I think it's just gonna be me and Aaron doing the Raiders Steelers live stream. So unfortunately, Jason won't be able to see the Raiders lose live.
Oh, I'll watch the game. I just won't be there.
So sad. Yeah, but how are we gonna come up with good Raider material?
Oh, I know.
Anywho, then on Monday night we'll be live streaming the Super Bowl 56 rematch between Bengals and Rams. So that's what's coming up live stream wise on at least on my channel. J Sports, I don't know. Jason, are we doing any baseball live streams or hockey live streams anytime soon?
We are doing well, we got to talk about it because the games are at 7:10 your time, my time, so I don't know. We'll talk about it.
But yeah, that's what's coming up on channels or on our channels live stream wise. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so that way you don't miss any of these live streams or videos. All right, let's talk about injuries, gentlemen. So we had not one, but 2 injuries this week. One in an actual game, another one during a practice. Although Nick Chubb's injury is honestly more career threatening, because it was just gruesome on Monday night. Aaron, I'm going to start with you. Do you think that the Browns are done, especially with Nick Chubb being the one that was actually doing the job? Deshaun Watson wasn't doing all that well. And then also the Browns brought back Kareem Hunt. So your thoughts?
I don't know. Even with a good running back, I mean, you got to look at the division they're playing in. The AFC North, or at least so I thought, was way too competitive. But right now, it looks like with everything that's happening, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think looking at the Browns, even with him, were not that good. Mm-hmm. He wasn't a team make. This just secures the fact that, at least to me, this just secures the fact that they can't cut it right now. The Browns are not there. The Browns are in a division that's just too tough for them to win.
Yeah, but like at least they have a playoff. They had a playoff roster. Like maybe not win the division, but maybe be a sneaky
wild card spot.
Yeah, a sneaky 6 or 7 seed. And now with because Deshaun Watson played terrible. And
no
Nick
doubt.
Chubb was basically carrying that team. Because he was basically their only playmaker, and then him going down with that injury, it was just tough. It was disheartening, and who knows if he's going to be back on the field? Because I hear that the way that he broke his foot or whatever, I think it was a broken foot,
torn Achilles maybe.
Yeah, something like that. May have basically Alex Smith-esque, where like Alex Smith, we didn't know if Alex Smith was ever going to come back. So,
well, now he's the quarterback's coach in Kansas City.
but Jason, what about you?
I mean, I remember when Alex Smith was on the Commanders, and I thought he was fine. I mean, he threw bombs, so I think Aaron's right. I think you and Aaron are both right. I just think the Browns were never gonna be this great team in general. It's he kind of reminds me of Josh Jacobs on the Raiders, where he's doing the job over here in this city. I'm not gonna say it, and this city, and Nick Chubbs is doing the job out there in Cleveland, and it's like, well, without him, you could still possibly do something, but you need your starting quarterback to be someone. And unfortunately, the Browns just aren't gonna be there in the playoffs, like you said. I think it makes their path a lot more treacherous, dangerous, and unconventional and improbable, because it's just like, you have this guy who did your job, who carried the offensive line, in my opinion. The defense of the Brown is not very well. Well, they're not very accurate in their plays either. And Deshaun Watson is just an awful quarterback. I
He
mean,
couldn't be water if he fell out of a boat.
yeah, literally, he's massage boy. I mean, it's just, I hope Nick Chubbs comes back. That was a very gruesome injury. But
And by the way, I think. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, if he does come back, what I'm worried about is he gonna be the same Nick Chubbs?
Well, and it's a psychological thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also, if he does come back, is he gonna want to play with the Browns? One, and number two, if he doesn't come back, well, the Browns now need to search for a long-term option, because even when Nick Chubbs does come back, if he does, knock on wood, hopefully he does, right? We don't want injuries. It's just the Raiders. Anyway, he's going to need to be in rehab and development, and it's going to take more than a year for him to really come back. So they're going to need someone, maybe the trade deadline, maybe in the draft, to come up.
Yeah.
And by the way, Kareem Hunt's past his prime too.
Yeah. I mean, the Browns did a clown show when they brought him in. So first, they brought him in for a workout. They didn't even bring him, they brought him in for a workout, not to
They were desperate.
not for a visit. First, I feel like the Browns now are in a situation where I'm surprised that they weren't the ones that went out and traded for Cam Akers, which reminds me, I think we need to talk about that too. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But we'll see. I honestly think the Browns are done, because Deshaun Watson, not that good. The Browns, how many wins do you give the Browns this season with Nick Chubb's injury now?
I go 4.
I go 5. 5.
I mean, I'll give them a benefit of the doubt. I mean, there might be a game where some good team messes up.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be one of those ones where an interdivisional game where they play spoiler.
Are you in a gator's belly now? They all of a sudden changed from outside.
I'm putting water on my thing.
Are you in a gator's belly? Is that what it sounds like?
Yo.
Not in your mama's belly. Look, y'all go help find Naeem find his balls, okay? Y'all go help Naeem find his
That's
balls.
going to be a good short, Oscar.
I know.
The only good short here is you. No one's shorter than you.
Woohoo. That's awesome. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought.
I literally, because he was literally outside, and then he just inside of some. It looks like he sounded
like he was in a bubble.
Yeah, it's not like a bubble, or I don't know if a gator's belly is like a bubble.
Nice one.
Okay. I honestly don't know where to take the show from here. Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay. Okay, Jason. Unfortunately, we have to
Aaron
talk
got
about
eaten.
this.
All right.
Huh?
Aaron got eaten.
Next up, Trevon Diggs.
Fuck you.
If y'all didn't know,
yeah.
on Thursday during practice, Trevon Diggs suffered a torn ACL. He is done for the year.
Fuck you.
Jason, you're the Cowboys fan. How do you feel about that?
Fuck off, Oscar.
That's
I
friendship right there.
You too, Aaron.
Oh.
I mean, I'm disappointed because he's one of my favorite players. And I think, you could put Stephon Gilmore on the other side whenever you're battling guys like, let's say Debo or whoever. But I just think Trevon Diggs, I mean, he had that great year with 9, 10 interceptions in 21 and maybe like 5 the year next year. So last season, I think the Cowboys do need another cornerback. Who it is, I'm not very sure. It's going to have to be a team that's ready and willing to either a team that's ready and willing to let theirs go, or it's going to have to be a trade deadline, a draft pick that can replace him. In the short term, you're going to have to probably bring up a practice squad guy.
I mean, y'all got Jordan Lewis and
Jordan Lewis.
His name Deron Bland.
Deron Bland, which I do like Deron Bland.
Nice last year too. So
yeah, well, Deron Bland is still good this year.
Do y'all think that? Do you think the Cowboys have enough capital to really entice a team to let theirs go?
Yeah,
it depends on what cornerbacks want to get shopped out of their current team.
Sure, and again, I mean it's going to depend because not all good teams have good cornerbacks. Let's just be honest. The cornerback is a different position than all the rest of them. I would say that the best solution right now to solve it right now is put Deron Bland as cornerback number 1. Put Jordan Lewis. No, you know what? Put Stephon Gilmore, Deron Bland, that combo in a game. I think that's the best way to do it. And then for the long term, I would be calling the other 31 teams. Well, maybe not all 31, but I'd be calling maybe the top 15 teams and going, who you want to get rid of. The problem is the teams that have been deep into the playoffs are not getting rid of their cornerbacks.
Yep.
Because they're so used to the system that works, they don't want to break it.
Yeah, and you're going to get rid of a guy that helped you get to, say, the NFC divisional round or the AFC divisional round or the NFC or AFC championship? No, there's no way in hell. What you might do is give up your second backup, the guy that, you know what? If there's teams like the Packers that have very good development staff, training and development staff. Yep. Look at Jordan Love when he had to come in for Aaron Rodgers last year. I thought, oh no, here we go. And then Jordan Love actually won them the game, and he's been incredible this season. So, I guess the best thing I'll say is, they're gonna have to talk to the top 15 teams, 10, 15 teams, and say, okay, look, who can you give up? But the Cowboys are gonna have to give up somebody, and one guy that, Micah Parsons.
I don't think they have to give up somebody. I think they'll at most maybe like. I don't even know what their draft picks are, because maybe like a 4th or 5th round pick at most for like.
We'll give up Trey Lance.
Yeah, we'll give.
Oh, they don't even have a 4th round pick. That's right, because they used it on Trey Lance.
That's right. So 5th round pick would be, because Jerry Jones is not gonna. If there's one thing about Jerry Jones is he does like to hoard his draft picks, especially the top 3. So I would say 5 through 7.
Yeah, because like Nashawn Wright and Calvin Joseph, I don't think he's even on the team anymore.
No, he's not. He got cut.
But like Nashawn Wright, not that good.
No, I would.
Deron Bland, I think he's a good maybe 4 or 5 games, but because he's so young, and he's not that. I mean, what's going good for y'all is that you all have Dan Quinn, who's a defensive-minded guru. So I think
Yeah,
they'll
he'll
be
find a way
fine.
around it, which is why I'm saying.
Micah Parsons gonna have to be more of is gonna even. I mean, he's a leader, but he's gonna have to step up even more.
Yeah, because I mean,
you're gonna have to rely on that front seven more.
yeah.
Now,
Well, and he can be an edge rusher or middle linebacker. He can be Michael Parsons can be all over the field. But again, there's only one Michael Parsons, so I think Dan Quinn is just gonna have to figure out, okay, am I going to put Stephon Gilmore here? And again, it's going to be based on the games that they are playing, right? If they're playing some easy Texans team, they're not going to worry too terribly. But if they're playing someone like the Chiefs,
they got tomorrow to figure out who's going to be opposite
against the Eagles.
Stephon Diggs, because
Yeah,
next week they got the 49ers.
Yeah,
we're fucked. We are fucked. Even with Stephon Diggs, or not with Stephon Diggs,
Trevon Diggs,
brother, Trevon Diggs. Even with Trevon Diggs on the team, I knew we'd be screwed against the 49ers, because the thing that the 49ers have is a very shaky but very stable offensive line, and then they have a very incredibly accurate and impeccable defensive end, defensive line. So I think they have both what the Cowboys want and what the Cowboys kind of have, and I don't think the Cowboys are going to do well against that.
Well, I will tell you, I think that where the Cowboys, don't be so envious of the Niners right away, because if you look at all of their skill positions, all of them are at the top 10 as far as highest paid players in the league. So the Niners in these next few years are going to be in a salary cap nightmare at the end of this year.
Is it just me though, or dudes that got paid this year are just cursed with the injury bug?
Well, except for Lamar.
Don't jinx it
too soon.
I got wood right here. But what I will tell you is this: either the injury bug. I will amend that and say the injury bug, but also they've been stinking too, because Burrow and the Bengals are like 0-2 right now. Because there's a difference between injuries and injuries in general and injuries that take you out of the game. Because Burrow's injured, but the Bengals are too stubborn not to play him.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the problem. Is the Bengals are doing the Jerry Jones, Dr. Jerry thing from Cowboys, which is Ezekiel Elliott was fucking injured. And it's fine. They put him back in there, and then, why isn't Ezekiel Elliott in practice today? Why isn't he doing walkthroughs? Well, the reason why is because they fucking extenuate the injury. So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna create a problem for Joe Burrow when it really matters.
Yeah, honestly, the Bengals could have hoped for a championship run this year, but here's the problem too. The Bengals had thought that, we're just going to let him sit out the entire preseason and then he'll be just fine. That doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if he was 100%, you can't be sitting out preseason and expect to get the offense right away.
No. Yeah. Yep.
You gotta let him play at least a quarter.
It was basically the RG3 effect. Because remember, remember in 2013 when he came back from that torn ACL, they basically sat him the entire preseason, and then because he didn't take original hits in preseason or anything, they basically threw him out there week 1, and he was just terrible after that.
To the Wolves, bro. To the Wolves.
Yeah.
Because the freaking Wolves.
Because preseason is a bunch of backups, 3s, 4s, 5-string guys, and they're gonna hit you and it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna be as strong as your 1-2 starters that are out there in week 1. And I mean, these teams.
There's so many injuries every year, anyways, that a lot of those folks that you see in the preseason do end up starting at some point anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have to. The teams have no choice. They're either in the practice squad or the taxi squad. Something's gotta come up.
Yeah. I mean, Burrow is fighting a losing battle from the get-go right now, and it's unfortunate for him because he's a good player, but because he missed that whole preseason, and he's not 100%, and you're in the AFC North, which is by far right now the toughest division in football.
By the way, boys, I'm gonna ask you guys this question. Are you gonna sell your Bengals stock, or are you guys gonna keep it?
I'm selling my
Okay.
Bengals stock.
I'll keep it. I'm a buy and hold kind of guy.
Okay.
I think
I'm gonna ask that same question week 8, and if you guys keep it, you guys can't change your teams after week
I already
8.
said I'm selling it.
Okay, Jason, that means I'm gonna ask you that same question week 8, and if you keep it, you can't change it.
Well, the only reason why I think, as of now, I'll keep it is because I'm going with my principles on stocks, but also I think the Bengals. This is the test for the Bengals because all these 2 years, what have I been hearing? Oh, the Bengals have the best development and training style, medical staff, but they'll figure it out. So if that's true, I want to see it happen. And if by week 8 I see like, oh no, no, then I can see why I would sell it.
The situation where it is does not line up with the Bengals getting a division championship. Because they won it last year, their schedule is that much tougher when it comes to the teams they play against.
Yeah. And not to mention that they got to play Patrick Mahomes once.
Oh,
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Eesh.
I mean, yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. Oh boy.
Oh, good luck.
Like, man.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I said the thing about like Josh Allen and the Bills. Josh Allen can turn. He's proved that he can turn the ball over more than almost as much as Naeem turned his balls over.
Oh,
God damn! It's like poor Naeem can't even sleep well because we're
he's getting grilled faster than a burger.
Oh, faster than a roasted weenie.
He has to have one. He has to have one for it to be roasted.
Oh my god! I like that reference.
I think what's going to be interesting going forward is I think this year is not going to be indicative of just how good the Bengals truly are, simply because of situations that are happening. Because if you've seen the past couple of games, they've also had injuries on their offensive line too.
Yeah, that is also true. And their offensive line is always shaky. So
yeah, and when you play an offensive line like Chris Jones and what's his name, Travis
You mean
Kelce?
defensive line?
Yeah,
defensive. Well, when you play an offensive line like the Chiefs, and then you have Chris Jones on defense, and then you have, just all, they're gonna struggle, and if they're gonna want to go to the Super Bowl again, which
is very, very hard to do now. I guess we'll find out what Bengals team shows up on Monday, which we'll talk about that later. But let's talk about Justin Fields. And another question I want to ask Aaron: do you want to sell your Bear stock?
Yeah, I'll sell the Bear stock too. I'll go with the Packers for the NFC North.
Oh, I told you I was right before Aaron. Yeehaw!
Okay,
well, you're bound to get one every 10 years or so.
So to give you a little backstory, apparently Justin Fields on an interview, and unfortunately I could not find the full media conference. Like
we really don't need to,
so we can watch it.
We need to get copyright struck for that.
No,
I was gonna share the tab on YouTube. But apparently he's saying that the coaching staff is making him robotic, that he's not himself. And then apparently, obviously people in the media misconstrued it, basically said, oh, he blamed the coaching staff. And then he comes back, I think either 2 or 3 hours later or the next day saying, oh, no, you guys misconstrued what I said. It's basically me. I'm robotic. The coaching staff is fine. What are you guys' takeaways on Justin Fields? Aaron, I'll start
throw
with you
the ball,
first.
Justin. You don't want to be robotic, throw the ball. How in the world? Let me just DJ Moore, a number of times during that game last weekend, was open a number of times, And instead of throwing it to the open receiver, he decides, you know what, I'm going to take off and run with it.
Yeah, but that's Justin Fields' strong suit, though.
Yeah. Hold on. Here, I think Justin Fields, because again, as they were saying on all the sports shows this week, you're being followed by the media. You can't go out to eat. You can't go to the store. You can't go get your fucking mail because everyone's asking you, hey, why aren't you doing it, Justin? Huh? And I think if you're Justin Fields, he's being overcoached to the point where when they're
He's
going
being
back
protected.
and looking at yes, but they're keeping him too much in the pocket and not letting him run. That's his strength.
But
His strength is
it may be his
running the
strength.
ball.
It may be his strength, but the way things are going now with running quarterbacks, he won't be able to protect himself forever.
Yeah, but you can't.
That is true.
Yeah, but you can't assume that it's going to be the same for him like it is for everybody else. Now, it looks like it based on the table of samples that we have. You're right. But you're taking away a guy's strength. You're making him too robotic. You have him too deep in the pocket. And instead of looking at the tapes in the offseason and going, okay, look, he's got these weaknesses here on third downs. He does this or that. Let's fix that. You're saying, let's add more. And you're taking away his top strength. I think it's the stupidest thing. And the Chicago Bears have been a problem forever. You take Justin Fields out. I forget who was there before him. Same
Trubisky.
problem there.
Trubisky.
Yeah, same problem. Same problem there. So
I just think that the Bears. Well, here's the thing. I feel like defensive-minded head coaches shouldn't be hired if they have a high pick and they are gonna get a quarterback with that high pick, because Justin Fields, obviously the previous regime drafted him. So what the Bears should have done, instead of bringing a defensive-minded head guy, is bring in an offensive-minded head guy. Because now the Bears, like, their defense is trash. Justin Fields actually played pretty, even though the record didn't show it. I mean, they were 3-14, but he actually broke a lot of records last year. So
yeah, and
but he was also injured last year.
And he still broke all those records, didn't he?
My point being is, do you want him around or not? Do you want him to stay around or not?
I want him to be around on another team because this coaching staff, I understand keeping him protected. Are you going to keep him protected when a team figures out your scheme with him in the Super Bowl? Let's just put that out there. Oh, no, Justin Fields wasn't protected. Why? Oh, they poked holes in your lineup. I just think they need to stop making him robotic. It's not that Justin Fields is robotic because of Justin Fields. Justin Fields ran the ball a shitload last year. How are you not going to run the ball when that's your biggest strength? You can't take... What was Tom Brady's strength? What was Brady's strength? No. What was Brady's strength? What was it? Biggest Tom Brady's strength?
Not having a strength.
Peter.
Come on. Y'all set me up for that.
No, but Oscar, what was Tom Brady's biggest strength?
Passing the ball. Imagine if the Patriots had said, all right, look, we're not going to let you pass the ball. You're taking away the guy's biggest strength that got you to the, 5, 6, 7, 8 Super Bowls?
Then have design.
How are you going to take away his strength?
Bro, then have designed quarterback runs then. Don't let him.
Which the Bears were doing well at last year, and they haven't done it this year. They only like on ESPN, they basically said in the 2 games already, he's only had 5 quarterback runs. That's it.
5. Wow.
But again, I feel like if I were to see evidence that Justin Fields would protect himself and slide instead of trying to dive for first downs, I'd be more likely to do designed runs with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Bears are coaching scared.
That's true.
Yeah,
they are.
I just feel like they brought in. I feel like,
but if you were in that position,
that coach is not the right guy.
No, because I understand the defensive mind. Because okay, we got to protect him. but you need offense. Imagine he has to run for 30 yards. He's like, nope.
And he's
Nope,
about
you
to
can't
get,
run.
and they're about to get smacked tomorrow too. So
All I'm
Yeah,
saying
how is
is
this strategy working?
all
It's
I'm
not.
saying is I do feel like I because the thing of it is I also get why DJ Moore's frustrated.
yeah, because they brought him over because they were saying, oh, Justin Fields is one wide receiver, a good wide receiver away from being like maybe like a Jalen Hurts, because that's what Jalen Hurts was too. Jalen Hurts, his first few years wasn't all that good until they got him AJ Brown.
Yeah, no,
But
agreed.
now what happened? They brought in DJ Moore. They're like, oh, okay, cool, and they compared him to Jalen Hurts. They're like, okay, what happened when Jalen Hurts got AJ Brown? Jalen Hurts took a step up, but I feel like Justin Fields is taking a huge step back, and it's because of coaching.
It's definitely because of coaching. I think
Their
it
coaching
does
scared.
have some part. They're coaching scared, and there's too much defense. I agree, you need defense, absolutely, but you need a bit of offense to go along with it. You literally cannot make a chocolate cake and have so much frosting that you don't even have enough dough. What happens when right? It's like, okay, well, how much, right?
Nice
So
comparison. I like it.
yeah.
Only you could compare.
How sweet it is.
Yeah.
But it's interesting too because this is what I think, because the other thing that the Bears are doing too is I think that they're trying to get Justin Fields under center so they don't know, so that teams don't know when he's going to run. The problem with that is he's facing so much pressure. He's getting hit before he can do anything.
Yeah.
And the offensive line is crumbling there too, which
Yep.
is forcing him to try to make something out of nothing. I mean, look at the way they played last week. Most of the turnovers the Bears are having is because if he's running, he's not securing the ball.
Yeah, but he's holding the ball too much, and he can't see what's going on around him.
That boy
You gotta let
short.
go of the ball at some point. Like Naeem, he lets it go. Well, he lets it go very early, but
He never has it to let it go in the first place.
Naeem doesn't even do a 7-step drop. He just
no,
He just does a drop.
he just drops and then does the steps.
Hey, guys, he pitches and catch. He pitches before he can catch.
Oh!
Wow, I like how the non-baseball fan was able to make that work, and Jason was
Right?
a baseball fan and couldn't do that on his baseball streams.
There's a lot of you can't do on your streams. I get a lot of views. Anyway,
I feel
friendship.
I feel like the Bears are yet again gonna be tanking, and since they got the draft capital.
Well, they do have one saving grace. They do have Kirk Cousins in the same division. So you can guarantee at least 2 wins.
Yeah, because now we can't even make fun of the lines aren't even a guarantee win anymore.
I know. What the fuck?
Oh, dude.
Anywho,
that was funny.
All
actually,
right.
They just gotta switch their coaching up because you can get as many draft picks as you want.
Their defensive coordinator. I don't know if you all knew this, but the defensive coordinator resigned. Apparently, there's some scandal behind the scenes. I forgot what the story was, but
well, now they're fucked. What was it with Andrew Luck? Where was it? Where
they thought the Jets might bring him back.
No. The manager left, the coaching staff left, everybody quit.
So yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember that.
This kind of reminds me of that. What team was that? That was
Oh my god.
What team
remember.
Not the Dolphins. Was it the Saints? No, it wasn't the Saints.
The Titans? No. The Colts?
Maybe the Colts.
Because Andrew Luck was drafted by the Colts.
Did he stay with the Colts? No.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he did.
retired.
He
He technically
He retired
retired
because of
as a
he
Colt.
retired because of injury buildup.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Oh. Can't play like that. Yeah, but this is kind of the thing: is if Justin Fields were to leave, where does he go? And I'll tell you.
To be honest, I don't even know. I don't even know.
He goes to the Jets. He goes to the Jets.
Well, they do need someone.
Yeah, really.
Assuming Aaron Rodgers comes back next year, which again, I honestly think that he will next year.
But they need him now, right? If let's say Justin Fields
has enough.
Don't have draft capital though, like because that the Bears are gonna be like, okay, we can let him go, but this is what we want. The Jets don't have that capital because they give it up all for Aaron Rodgers.
You know what the Bears do? What the Bears do is if they could get rid of Justin Fields and send him to the Jets, then they could approach Dallas and say, "Hey, what do you guys want for Trey Lance?"
But Trey Lance,
I could see that actually.
Do you have $1?
That's too much. I'm sorry.
All right, how about 50 cents? That's how Jerry Jones talks.
Yeah, that's Jerry dollars.
Jerry dollars, yeah, 50 cents.
That's what they call it gerrymandering.
Ha! Racist policy, but yeah, I see where you're going.
Once again, first I make a baseball-related joke. Now I make a politics joke.
Nice.
It's a nice day for it.
Aaron's on a roll.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of rolls.
No,
That's how fat I am.
Yeah, seriously,
okay.
You're rolling in the deep. Oh, I just took a song.
It's so cold in the deep.
Anywho, all right. Let's address this. Let's address this trade that happened this week. Is it major or minor for the Vikings that they finally got a decent running back after getting rid of Dalvin Cook prematurely? They ended up getting Cam Akers from the Rams. Aaron, your thoughts?
My thoughts are, the Vikings need a running back who's just a running back. Cam Akers I honestly feel like he's more of a receiver than a runner.
Okay, and he's also injury prone. So again, I don't have confidence in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything, but like the Vikings, they should honestly just blow it up.
Agreed.
They've needed to
get rid of Justin Jefferson too, because obviously I don't think he's going to be willing to be a part of a rebuild.
No,
honestly, watch. What's going to be interesting to see is does Kadarius Toney stay with the Chiefs after this year?
We'll see about that. Well, again,
we'll have to see. I don't think it's a major thing for them. I think it helps that he's. Well, is he really just a running back though? I don't think so.
I'm saying the Vikings, with the way they're built, their whole offense is basically run, play action, run.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but Cam Akers is not a run kind of guy.
No.
He's more of a receiver,
Exactly.
like receive out of the backfield.
He needs a team that knows how to line him up in unique areas.
I mean, I'll give it this because Kevin O'Connell is a disciple of Sean McVay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he could make it work, but again, like I said, the Vikings are not winning now. So
no, they're not going to win with Cam Akers either. They just need to, like Aaron said, it's to the point where they just need to rebuild. Just get out. We're going to rebuild.
Honestly, if the Vikings, the closest that the Vikings will get to winning now is actually using Justin Jefferson in the running game as well.
Not gonna happen because he's not.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But mark my words when I say it needs to happen.
It might need to happen. I mean, it might need to happen, but no.
Anyway, let's recap 49ers Giants real quick.
It is,
to be honest, in my opinion, Yes, the game was 30-12, and yes, they said, "Oh yeah, the 49ers won by 18." They could have won by a lot more. I'm sorry.
They
They
should
had a
have
lot
won
of
by a
missed
lot more.
opportunities. They had a lot of missed opportunities that I saw.
It's that first half. I think it's because of the first half where
what I realized was, and I didn't realize this before, they were trying to read what the Giants defense was gonna do.
Mhm.
And my point to that is, my argument to that is, so why don't you just run the fucking football and play offense? Try and score some touchdowns and see what the Giants offense will do. Why are you trying to read what the Giants Giants defense will do? Why don't you play football and actually try and extend your lead in the first half instead of going, okay, Brock, sit down for a little bit. Let's see what they're going to do. The best way to find out what the defense of the other team is going to do is for you to move.
Can I be honest and say, yes, the 49ers are a good team, but there is something that worries me for them in the future, and that is special teams mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Special teams mistakes are going to really beat them. The whole reason that it stayed close as long as it did is because of that muffed punt muffed punt.
Field goal. Oh no, it was a punt. Yeah.
It was a muffed punt where the Niners he didn't call for the fair catch. He got smacked. The ball fell out, and the Giants got it back.
Well, and you also have the problem of Brock Purdy needs to find his main couple targets. Is he going to throw to Debo or is he going to throw to George Kittle?
I think Kittle's his main target personally, just because
I think it's Debo and or Christian McCaffrey.
I think Christian McCaffrey. I don't know. I feel like Kittle's getting more.
Or Brandon Ayuk when Ayuk is healthy.
Yeah. But I think right now, where things are at this moment, I think George Kittle's his guy.
Well, and he missed a couple, and Kittle missed a catch too, so that also kind of ruined their chance there.
Well, and it gets to a point where you have to look at like which receiver on that team has the most targets. Even if he's not catching them, he's going to Kittle more than he's going to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if there's more of a chemistry there, or is it, because the thing about Debo is he's good in motion, he's good at evading the defense. As soon as you track him down as a defensive guy, like as a DE gets him, Debo Samuels can turn and move the other way and get you lost, and now you're somewhere else while he's going to the end zone. So I think, if you're Brock Purdy, your best bet is to throw to Debo, because Shanahan and Lynch got him real good right out there.
But again, I don't think
give me a few more weeks, but I feel like Brock Purdy is just too overhyped.
Well, that's why I think him having Christian McCaffrey as a runner is so important, because, I mean, and here's something interesting to think about. Brock Purdy is I learned this, and this is a very interesting stat. Brock Purdy, yes, he's a rookie, and I get that. Or yes, he's a second year, and I get that. He's the third highest paid quarterback in his own quarterback's room.
Wow.
You didn't know that?
No, I thought he was still being paid like somewhere on the low end.
Well, yeah, he is in the low end because he's a second year player, and here's the thing, because he's not a first round pick, he's a 7th round pick. Like they don't organizations don't pay their 7th round picks that much. I think they only get like $2 million altogether with the rookie contract.
Yeah, well, and it's very interesting too, because I don't know. I see. Yes, Purdy may be overhyped, but I do see some Mahomesian tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see him throwing across his body a lot.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, and he's getting away again. He's getting away with things that most quarterbacks would never get away with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's either the Niners are very good at protecting him.
Yeah.
2, he's very good at reading plays. Or 3, it's just an Irish luck, because I don't see how he's getting away with it.
Well, I honestly think that his luck is going to run out next week as he plays Dallas next week. And I'm sorry, with or without Trevon Diggs, the Cowboys will force turnovers.
I think
plays reckless like that.
But that being said, I think the Cowboys, what they need to shore up is their run defense.
Yes,
Christian McCaffrey could have a big day.
That's why they got Micah Parsons, and that's why they got those like DeMarcus Lawrence and those boys.
But with Trevon Diggs gone, they're going to have to line up. They're going to have to line Parsons. They're going to have to line Parsons up in places that he's not used to lining up in.
No, that's right. But he's used to being all over the field, so I think Parsons can adapt easily. That's my point. Parsons is a guy that he could be an edge rusher. He could be a pass rusher. He could be a middle linebacker. Huh?
Didn't Parsons get a new contract?
No, not yet. It's his third year, so probably next year.
Yeah. But my point here is this.
Off season, but go on.
My point here is this. We do have DeRon Bland. We do have Stephon Gilmore. We do have DeMarcus Lawrence. We do have Micah Parsons. The problem is that DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank, he doesn't always perform at his best. Deuce Vaughn, I like Deuce Vaughn. I like me some Deuce Vaughn. Now,
the running game is not your problem, though.
No, but it's the defensive running game.
Yeah, like it's being able to defend against high-profile running backs.
Yeah,
right. And the other problem is Nick Bosa. He's gonna get to Dak like that.
That's because Tony Pollard is the only running back you guys have, and
that's right.
As bad as the Cowboys' defense is at stopping the run, the 49ers are that good at using the run.
Yeah.
If you're Dallas, what you need to start doing is maybe because I will give as much crap as I give Dak. He's versatile. If you can allow him to run the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, last year he kept what was it? Out of 243 yards ran, he won he ran like 80% of them in most games, especially the game against the Jaguars, especially the game against the Titans. Dak ran the ball more than Ezek or Pollard or any other guy they put out there. So it's not like
doing it this year.
They did stop doing it this year, but last year he had to do it because no one else would. Now, I think for this game against the Niners, you let him run it a little bit more, as you said, because if there's one thing about Dak, I am very critical of Dak, but he is very mobile.
Yeah.
Well, and the Cowboys need to get a younger offensive line to the point where they can move the pocket with him.
Yeah. About that.
Because all of our guys are getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you're getting up there. But.
Oh yeah. Well, you know it, buddy. You know it, buddy.
Oh yeah.
All right, Aaron. That's your cue to pull up the games from last week, please.
All right. Remember, my NFL does not show me the scores. Remember?
No, you're fine.
Or my NFL app does not show me the scores from last week.
Why don't you use ESPN?
No, you're good. Yeah, why don't you use ESPN? ESPN better.
I think. Do I even have the ESPN app? I gotta see if I do.
You want to run faster? The Gators are getting close. I can hear them. Or is that you breathing?
Yeah, that's me breathing.
Oh.
Did you see? I just totally torched myself. Hang on. Week 3, week 2.
And we don't have to recap the Thursday night from the Thursday night game because we already did.
So I'll get my teams out of the way because it does show it first. Ravens beating the Bengals 27-24.
Again, not surprised the Bengals are not the Bengals right now. Jackson, I feel like Lamar Jackson is finally regaining his MVP form.
Well,
but again,
I thought it was closer than it should have been if the Ravens were having OBJ and all that. I thought
OBJ is hurt. He didn't play.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so why is he here? Jesus.
But what I will say is this. I think the Ravens are winning more solidly now than they used to. They used to be scoring 40 points a game, but they would also have 40 points scored on them.
Yeah.
This year it's a situation where they're actually holding defenses,
Yeah.
or they're actually holding offenses.
If only Naeem
So-
knew how to do that. Anyway.
But
But,
also Lamar Jackson is, again, like I said, he's regaining his MVP form because even though
let the man run the ball some more, please.
although OBJ isn't there, dude, that kid that y'all drafted, what's his name?
Zay Flowers.
Yeah, Zay Flowers. He's pretty good.
He is a beast. He's a beast. He is a beast. All right. The Falcons beating the Packers. I believe it was 26-25.
Ahem. The
Oh.
Falcons escaped with the win by their chinny chin chin.
Yes, they did.
Just, I think there was a bit of fuck up by the Packers defense.
Yeah, I agreed.
And Jordan Love, I feel, because I think that Jordan Love had the ball like in the last minute. That's proof that he's not Rodgers yet.
No.
But the fact that he was actually had that chance to do it proves that he's still young and still developing. But
yeah,
you know.
Agreed.
Well, and Aaron Rodgers would have had that passed over quickly.
Yeah. Well, and Desmond Ridder, like, I honestly feel like looking through the whole thing, I just feel like the Packers let the Falcons hang around, and they never slam the door.
Mm-hmm.
And when you let teams hang around like that, you're bound to get your butt kicked.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's that's the situation to me. Like,
but hey, the NFC South is actually pretty decent aside from the Panthers.
Again, I don't think it stays that way though.
True. Go on.
All right. The Bills beating the Raiders 35-10.
Bills are back.
Yeah, baby.
I think Josh Allen just had an off Monday night.
Yeah, he was like,
oh man, we're playing football.
They were that cocky about themselves.
The Raiders were very cocky. Even here in Vegas, we get the all the Raider announcers, and I mean, they were well, we just got to do this against Allen, and we got to put this, we got to get him out of the pocket, we got to do that, this and that. I'm like, fuck
Jimmy
off.
G got destroyed.
It's either the Raiders are that bad, or the reason why they won that game is because Russell Wilson is that bad, and we'll talk about more of that here.
Well, no, I'm saying with the Bills. Jimmy G is Jimmy G, and he's always gonna be that, and he proved it this last Sunday. The Raiders got destroyed on all ends of the field, on both sides of the ball. They got destroyed.
Even their special teams was not humming at all.
Nope, and their field goal unit was awful.
Yep.
Yeah,
and they were. I mean, Jimmy G couldn't throw for his life. Mainly because
he was more running for it.
Yeah, mainly because he was being chased down by the Bills defense.
Oh man,
it was a slaughter. It was
not only that, but you figure how many penalties did the Raiders have during that game? Because they had so many. They had
so many.
I
watched the first part like on Red Zone. I was like, damn.
They had like 8 all game or something like that. Or I think they had like 5 in the first half.
Yeah, no, it was bad. Like the Bills are already good enough as it is. The Bills are already good enough as it is.
Yeah.
Then you help them out with penalties. You're just asking to get mutilated.
Yeah.
You're just asking for an ass whooping, and all the Raider fans were quiet for some reason. I really don't get it.
Gee, I wonder why. All right.
I mean, look, the Raiders proved what I said they were gonna be. They're gonna be shitty, especially when you get rid of Darren Waller, who was one of your best players. It just proves that Josh Jacobs is not enough, and
Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams are not enough.
And Devontae Adams is still, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, and it goes to show that you need more than just one side to be good. You need the full team experience.
Yep.
All right, so the next game. The Seahawks beating the Lions 37-31 in overtime.
Dude, that was a nail biter, and the Lions.
That was a nail biter.
That was a
everyone knew that game was going to be a shootout. I want to give you guys a stat you're going to find very interesting. Once a year for the past 3 years now, the Lions and the Seahawks have played each other every single year. 2 years ago, both teams scored over 80 points. Last year, both teams scored over 90 points.
Dang.
This year, they scored 67. They scored 68 points together. That game historically is a shootout every single year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and again, I got to give the Lions more credit than I've ever given the Lions, because the Seahawks, they're not like, oh my God, scary with Geno Smith, but they're a good team. They're a good team.
Yeah, they are.
And the fact that the Lions were able to hang on like that and not lose 37-12.
Yeah.
You got to give them credit. You got to give the Lions credit. They're a scrappy team, but they're not only scrappy this season. I feel like this season they're a little more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't wait to see the game that happens between the. There's history. There's some bad blood between the Lions and the Packers now, and that rivalry is going to get much better.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for the Lions, the Packers would have made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And the Lions took.
I am watching out that whole game. In fact, if we were to stream any game, I think we should stream that one, because
we gotta stream that one.
I see some chippiness happening.
Play the Lions,
bro.
The Green Bay Packers will play the Detroit Lions in the Thursday night football game next Thursday, September 28th at 8:15 p.m. The game will be shown on Amazon.
Speaking of.
Yeah.
What I see, and this is all honesty, what I see happening is I see these two teams getting so chippy, you start to see fist fights on the field.
Yep.
Well, look, the Lions had nowhere to go. They hit a wall. But in that wall, there was a hole. There was a little space in between. And that was the Packers getting to the finish line, getting to the playoffs. And if you're the Lions, you're thinking, look, we're never going to get to the playoffs this season. But we can stop fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
and
it's so funny. It's so funny.
The Lions, you got to feel proud of yourselves.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it is so funny because if you looked at social media all over this week, you had the Lions and the Seahawks organizations, and the Seahawks were like, "Hey, Lions, can you do us a solid and beat the Packers so we can make it into the playoffs?"
No,
Lions, sure, buddy, no problem.
And then the Seahawks thank them by beating them in overtime this season.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, dang, that's funny.
And then the Lions went to Starbucks to drink their sadness.
Oh,
to drink it all away.
Oh. Yep. And then the Seahawks went back to Amazon headquarters to get their championship gear.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
All
they
right.
went to Facebook because that's where Facebook is based too.
No,
Yep.
Facebook's in San Francisco.
I could have sworn there was like a main headquarters in Seattle, in Washington too, Washington State.
The main headquarters is in Silicon Valley.
Oh, okay.
Now, if they have another headquarters in Seattle, then yeah. But Microsoft is the one that's based out there in Seattle.
Okay, because I have a friend that works for Facebook in Seattle, so that's why I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, their main headquarters is in Silicon Valley. Their main.
All right.
That's where it first started. It actually started in Harvard.
Colts beating the Texans 31-20.
Aaron and I made a mistake picking the Texans because Anthony Richardson looks pretty good, except he's hurt, so he's out in tomorrow's game.
Yeah, honestly. But, the Texans are the Texans. C.J. Stroud is not going to change the entire culture of the organization.
It's going to take some time, yep.
Say what they want, say what they will. It's not going to happen right away.
Yeah.
All right.
Chiefs
beating the Jaguars. I believe that
it was 17-9. Dude,
yeah, 17-9.
But the Chiefs were Patrick Mahomes was struggling at first. Like I was like, dang, this dude is. But somehow they pulled it out.
Yeah, they did.
I'm like, but I was like,
That was a defensive battle.
Mahomes.
That was a
Definitely a
defensive
defensive
battle.
battle because I was surprised that the Chiefs were held to 17. And again, this is the Lions; they were held to 20. So what it shows is that the Chiefs' offense needs a little bit of work.
Yeah,
They need to fix their drills. They need to fix their
the
play call.
receiving core.
Yeah, the receiving core in general needs a lot of work because the fact you're only scoring 17 on the Jaguars, you only scored 20 on the Lions. Now, you could tell, well, Chris Jones wasn't there and Travis Kelce wasn't there. Even with Travis Kelce, they're only
Kelce was there.
But both of them were there of this past Sunday. So like,
that's what I was talking about the Lions. That when they played the Lions, oh well, these guys weren't playing. Well, now they're both playing and they're only scoring 17 points. You got a problem, and especially if Mahomes can't even find his footing in the first half.
You're in trouble.
You're in giant trouble.
Well, not only that. I'll go on further and say, a lot of your high-powered offenses that you started to see at the end of last year are not as high-powered as they used to be. The only team that can truly say that their offense is high-powered right now is Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
They are the only team that stayed to form. The only team that stayed to form.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Well, it was against Mac Jones and the Patriots. I want to give him one more test.
Yeah, I'd say that it's still, and not only that, but the Dolphins are in a position where Tua Tagovailoa is like Philo Doe.
True.
One hit the wrong way, and he's going to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
Wherever you want me to go.
Remember, he's going into the alligator belly.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it does sound so. How'd you get out of the alligator belly?
Interesting. By the way, next game. Vikings beating the Bears.
Well, we talked about it.
No, Buccaneers beating the Bears. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Baker Mayfield is winning?
That's all I got to say.
That's the question. Is he for real?
Yeah. We'll find out.
Well, I mean, I feel like we need to wait till week 5 in order to really make predictions about
we need to see Baker Mayfield.
Well, they're about to face a legitimate team in the Eagles on Monday. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I think the Eagles will make Baker Mayfield look like John Kitna.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna send him back to being Baker Mayfield.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe if Deshaun Watson doesn't work out, Baker Mayfield can go back to Cleveland.
That'll be funny. Is my locker still there?
Yo, we kept it exactly as you left it.
Empty.
Exactly.
I knew you'd be back.
Nice job, man. That was pretty good. Okay, next game. The Titans beating the Chargers.
Ooh.
I'm never picking the Chargers ever again. They're the children Chargers. I stand by it. The fact that they lost to a team that doesn't have as much talent as the Chargers have is inexcusable. I'm sorry. Like
the Chargers payroll is really high. Their talent is overloaded. They got they have the team you want to get into the playoffs. The Titans don't. And yet the Tennessee Titans came over and said, we're going to win. And the Chargers didn't do anything. Justin Herbert didn't do jack shit.
But there's another question. And the coach, I don't know. So they played the media clip. Dude, the coach got really pissed at the media because the media was like, so are you guys still like trying to rally from what happened to you guys in last year's game against the Jaguars where you guys were up 27-0? And he basically went off and he was like, no, the heck is wrong with you guys? That was last year. This is this year. I'm like, yeah, but you guys are playing like you guys are 0-2 and you guys can't you guys had a lead against the Dolphins. Let that go. You lost to a team that has less talent than you in the Titans. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, you have freaking Kellen Moore with his defensive.
And it's not the offense, and that's the thing. It's not the offensive. It's not the offense's fault. It's the defense. It's the defense. Dude.
Yeah, honestly.
When you fail to get there was what 2 turnovers by the Titans that should have been turnovers, and when your defense fails to get the ball out, I mean, I'm
gonna say it right here, right now. Kellen Moore, that coach is gonna get fired. The Chargers, and Kellen Moore is gonna finally take over and be a head coach.
Well, then Justin Herbert's gonna be stuck in rebuilding limbo.
Yeah.
I've never liked Justin Herbert in general. I mean, I think
he is Phillip Rivers 2.0.
Yeah. He's overpaid too, which is ridiculous. Anyway,
well, that's the majority of their lineup. You can't even win, and we're paying. We have over a $50 million payroll every year.
Yeah, every single year. It's crazy. Let me check. Let me get the next game here.
I was planning on going out, but apparently it's pouring so hard and it's really, really windy.
Giants and Cardinals, 31-28. Giants beating the Cardinals.
The Cardinals forgot they were tanking. They were like, I hope 28-7 is a small enough lead for the Giants to come back and win this game. That's all I got to say.
Mind you, this Thursday night game did not show that the Giants were that good. It just showed that the Cardinals were that bad.
Again, the Cardinals, they're in a situation. The Cardinals are in a situation where they need to show that they're competitive, but they also need to show that they're tanking. So,
Josh Dobbs playing in place of Kyler Murray. I mean, it just goes to show that Kyler Murray's not. He's not always correct. Kyler Murray is just showing they're showing they don't have faith in Kyler Murray. He wasn't always cracked up to be.
Yep.
Well, it also shows their faith in him is not as strong as one would expect. That's what it's also showing.
And he was supposed to be their guy, though.
He was, but I think after a year of having him basically be shit and get beat by the Cowboys 40-0. I mean,
yeah, but also the Giants have a problem because the Giants. I mean, we can add up the score after here in a second, but like, dude, in those first 2 games, they were outscored 63-6 with like 6 quarters of football.
Wow.
Like that was just bad. I was like, man.
Yeah, but Danny Dimes,
and that's in the first half of games.
Yeah, so, but Danny Dimes, he's gonna explode and he's gonna do this and that. Danny Dimes, remember Danny Dimes?
Yep.
All right.
Next.
Niners beating the Rams 27-20. Niners own the Rams in the regular season. Enough said.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I mean,
and the Rams, I feel like were overhyped after they beat Seattle. So.
Yep. Cowboys beating the Jets.
It's without Aaron Rodgers. Enough said.
It's without Aaron Rodgers because I'm sorry, but that game would have been completely different had Aaron Rodgers. Well, let's just say I would have been a sad Cowboys fan.
All right. Commanders beating the Broncos.
Oh, Oscar.
How the hell did that happen? They were down 21-3, then they were up 35-24, and then the Seahawks.
The Broncos forgot they were tanking.
The Broncos are suffering the Russell Wilson effect because, dude, not even Sean Payton can fix Russell Wilson.
It's true. The Dolphins beating the Patriots.
Oh, I mean, that game was even funnier. We were all streaming that. What it showed is that Mac Jones and the rest of the team is not good because you're gonna let Tua score all those touchdowns, and then your defense is gonna be everywhere but on the field. I mean,
yep. Yo, Oscar.
I mean, here's the thing: it was a low-scoring game too. Wasn't it like 20-13 or something like that, or 17-10?
Yeah, it wasn't even that high of a score. But I mean, it took the Patriots
or the Patriots
And the Patriots, they had scored. It took them into the third quarter, the second half to score.
But
Hey,
also,
Oscar.
are the Patriots basically the reverse of the Vikings from last year? Because
Yeah, they are.
this is the second week in a row that the Patriots are either short of the line to gain, or by maybe a whisker of their shoe, they're out of bounds and they turn the ball over.
Yo, Oscar. I need to go help my nephew with something, but what I'm going to do is look at the games for next week and send you my predictions.
Crap! Now I have to pull up the games.
Yes, because my nephew needs my help with something, so I got to go.
Ah, crap. Okay.
I'm just trying to give you a heads up.
Well, why don't you just text me?
Let's do this quick. What's the next game?
The next game was Saints and Panthers.
Oh, I mean,
Man, whatever.
It's Carolina.
The Saints.
And then, and then the Steelers beating the Browns 26-22.
Again,
it's the Steelers without Big Ben. It's the Steelers without Big Ben.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson is trash. All right, let's do some. We already recapped Thursday night. Let's do week 3 predictions real fast.
I'm using it. Hold on. I gotta get it. Hold on. Okay. Using it. Just gotta pull it up. Colts at Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens. Titans at Browns.
Titans.
Browns.
Really?
I'm going to go upset pick. The Titans stink, though.
Yeah, but the Browns smell more like a junkyard than a cemetery.
That's my upset pick. Let's move on.
Okay.
Whatever.
Falcons at Lions.
Ooh.
Lions.
Give me Falcons upsets.
Okay.
Falcons.
Saints at Packers.
Ooh,
Packers.
Another one.
Packers.
It's the Saints, Oscar. What the fuck?
Dude.
Okay.
Cool. Texans at Jags.
Jaguars.
Come on.
Yeah, Jags.
I mean,
Dolphins
okay, look, if they do lose, then they really got a problem.
Broncos at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Chargers at Vikings.
Oh, Chargers.
Wait, what?
Chargers at Vikings.
I'm not picking the Chargers no more. Vikings.
I'm going to go Chargers just because.
I don't
Patriots
trust
at Jets.
Jets.
I'm going to go Patriots. No,
give me the Patriots, yeah.
Blowout alert. Bills at Commanders.
Bills.
It's not going to be a blowout. The way that if Josh Allen turns the football over, it's going to be closer than what you think.
True. I don't think
I'm going to go Bills, but by 10 points.
No, I'm going to go by 3 touchdowns.
Okay. You want to put money on it?
I don't have any money to really put on it, but
okay, fine. Let's bet. You have to. If you lose, if I'm right, and it's less than 10 points, you have to say something positive about the Commanders.
All right, fine. But if it's 3 touchdowns or more, you have to sing a song that Jason picks out for you next time on stream.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Panthers and Seahawks. Seahawks. Panthers and Seahawks.
Seahawks. Bryce Young ain't playing.
Yep, I'm going Seahawks as well. And
has got this.
Yep. One second. Cowboys at Cardinals.
Cowboys.
I mean, we did lose our guy, but
Bears and Chiefs.
Cardinals.
Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs. If they, I think they're gonna squeak by. I think the Chiefs haven't proven to me that they could really just be the Chiefs of old.
All right, yeah, I got Chiefs too. Steelers at Raiders.
Steelers. I pray to God.
Eagles at Buccaneers.
One turnover. Oh, Bucks. Oh, Eagles.
Rams at Bengals. Rams. I'm going Rams because Burrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams too.
Rams,
Joe Burrow. We just discussed Joe Burrow's. Nah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Anyway, all right. I think we're done. Also,
All right,
like I
Aaron.
said, we'll be back tomorrow evening. Well, I think it's just gonna be me and Aaron. We'll be back tomorrow evening to do Steelers Raiders, and then we'll be back Monday night. I don't know if will you be able to join us, Jason? Monday night?
I'll be a little late, most likely.
Okay. Well, we'll also be keeping tabs of the Eagles Buccaneers game since they're both on Monday night too.
Yeah.
I mean, if
So,
anything, I could have one game on one screen and another game on another.
Yeah.
I could do that too. But that's it. That's all, y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we are. Hold on. Let me.
All right, I'll see y'all. Gotta go.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron, for joining us.
Yep.
And I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep.
And
All right,
I'll be
y'all. We're out of here.